Leonard Bernstein was an American composer in the 20th century, and you might not know that name off the top of your head, but you might know his most famous work, which was the Broadway musical West Side Story. A reporter once asked him, "What is the most difficult instrument to play?" And he promptly responded, "Second fiddle. I can always get plenty of first violinists, but to find someone who is willing to play second violin with as much enthusiasm, or second French horn, or second flute, now that is a problem. Yet without the second violin, there is no harmony." And when I hear that, I immediately think of 1 Corinthians 12, which says this in verse 14, "For the body does not consist of one member, but of many. If the foot should say, 'Because I'm not a hand, I do not belong to the body,' that would not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear should say, 'Because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body,' that would not make it any less a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would be the sense of hearing? If the whole body were an ear, where would be the sense of smell? But as it is, God arranged the members in the body, each one of them as he chose. If all were a single member, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, yet one body." Just as a conductor arranges his symphony, so God has also arranged perfectly the body of Christ. And our role is not to question whether we're in the right spot. Our role is to work heartily unto the Lord and give our whole hearts in the role we have been placed. And we might doubt it sometimes if we're in the right spot or if our job really matters, but let me tell you this, your job matters. Your role matters. It is important. Paul goes on to say in the chapter that even the parts that we think are weaker are indispensable. Every part in the body of Christ matters, whether it's on the front of stage or backstage or wherever it is. Every role matters in the body of Christ. In verse 26, he also says this, "If one member suffers, all suffer together. If one member is honored, all rejoice together." As members of the body of Christ, we are truly all in this together. We not only get the blessing of going through sufferings with one another, but of rejoicing in the being honored with one another. If we use our symphony as an example, when one part of the symphony goes bad, when one instrument goes bad, or there is no harmony, the whole symphony sounds off and out of sync. But when that first violinist stands up and plays their solo and just nails it, the whole symphony that's been playing underneath sounds beautiful as it comes together perfectly. Our job isn't to question the role we're in. Our job is to work heartily in the role we've been given, and your role matters. That leaves me with just one question. Are you willing to play second fiddle with joy?